Today I'm going to demonstrate how to produce a slideshow presentation using the offline image viewer software provided with the ArtSTOR database. ArtSTOR is a database licensed by UNF's library that contains over 1 million images compiled from the major university slide libraries and museums in the United States. To find the ArtSTOR database, from the library's main website, enter ArtSTOR into the OneSearch button. ArtSTOR is the first hit returned. We can click Connect Now. When you arrive at the ArtSTOR website, you'll see that you must click Enter here in the upper right-hand corner. From the first page in the database, you can now log in. In order to use the offline image viewer software, you must register with ArtSTOR as a UNF user and log in. I enter my login information. I can now search for images from which to create an image presentation. Today we'll create a presentation comparing the Parthenon and the Pantheon. Enter Parthenon into the search window. I find a number of images that I can click. By clicking the image, I illuminate each one in red. You can click as many images as you like. Click them with the left button. Once I have chosen the images that I'd like to present, right-click and save the selected images to an image group. I'm going to save these to an image group that I've already created in my working folder. Click Existing Image Group in this case. Find the working folder. Scroll down, and I've created a folder entitled Parthenon and Pantheon, which already contains 8 images. Click Save. Now that I've created a working folder with images, I can minimize the ArtSTOR website and open the offline image viewer software. When you open the software, you're presented with 4 choices. Create a new presentation from ArtSTOR images, create a new presentation from my own images, open an existing presentation, or import a PowerPoint presentation. ArtSTOR allows you to create presentations from PowerPoints or to create presentations from your own images. It also allows you to add your own images to ArtSTOR presentations compiled from the database. Today I'm going to click Create New Presentation from ArtSTOR Images. I enter my login information again. And now I can select the folder from which I'd like to create my presentation. I go to My Work folder, I find Parthenon and Pantheon, and click Download. ArtSTOR now automatically downloads the images that I've chosen and creates a slideshow palette. Here in the palette I can organize my presentation, move images around, create new slides using images on my own computer. To do this, right-click, click Insert, and Local Images. You can then select JPEG files or other image files on your desktop. To view the slides in greater or lesser detail, you can click the Show Images with Full Data button, which provides all of the identifying information contained in the ArtSTOR database, or a brief text synopsis of what the image depicts, or the thumbnail alone without any text. Once we're ready to display the slideshow, when I'm happy that I have organized the images as I want them, click this button, View Image Palette Presentation. Having clicked the presentation button, I now can proceed to show my slide presentation. There are a number of presentation tools which must be used using the mouse in the upper left-hand corner. The image occupies the full screen. In order to display the image data, that is the title, the date, other identifying information, click the I button. If you click the I button once, it shows a brief title and date and other identifying information. If you click it a second time, it displays the full data at the bottom of the image. You can scroll down through the data to see, for instance, the medium, the measurements of the work of art, the location of the work of art. Click the I button again to remove from view. There are a number of unique features of the OIV that make it very effective at displaying images. One can look at the full screen image of a single image in the presentation, or split the screen between two separate images. On the left, I have a painting of the Parthenon. On the right, an actual view of the architecture. One can also display them as opposed to horizontally in vertical orientation with each other. I'll return now to a full view of the first image. As I scroll through the images, I can either click the next page, or as you can see, there's a shortcut key on the keyboard, page down. As I proceed through the images, I can go backwards or forwards using the page up and page down buttons. And I can adjust my view on the spur of the moment to display side-by-side contrasts. Here I display two sculptures from the Parthenon frieze. Return to a single view. If I would like to jump to an earlier or later place in the presentation, one can click the triptych button here, which presents a thumbnail sketch of the whole slideshow, so that I can proceed directly from the third image, if I want, to the last image. Double-click, and we arrive at the last image. This tool also works effectively in a split-screen format, so that if I would like to have a side-by-side contrast here of the first and the last image, I can click the triptych button again and scroll through the presentation to find the image that I would like to juxtapose. Here we have a presentation contrasting the Parthenon and the Pantheon, and left and right. To return to a single view format, simply click the X button on one of the windows. If I would like to see greater details of the image, the ArtSTOR Offline Image Viewer software allows you to zoom in by double-clicking the image directly, or to zoom to the full resolution of the picture by clicking the 1-to-1 button. One can then click and drag the image to focus on specific details. I'll return now to the first image in the presentation. Let's look at it close up. If I want to return to the full screen view of the whole picture, click the Shift button while clicking the 1-to-1 button. That will return you to a size-to-fit view of the image. There are a number of other functionalities of the software that I encourage you to explore on your own. This, in a nutshell, is how the Offline Image Viewer works. It is much more highly adapted to the display of images than other similar software like Keynote or PowerPoint. It allows one to create new views and slides on the fly, and to create contrasts and comparisons during a lecture, rather than having to anticipate these during the compiling of your PowerPoint presentation.